Hello and welcome to Tooshka Training. We're back in Hitfilm 2 Ultimate and we're in the second of our hints and tips series. I'm just going to be looking today at a few little gadgets and applications I use in conjunction with Hitfilm 2. They're either free or extremely cheap for what they do. One of the first things that I use is I don't particularly like the color picker in Hitfilm 2 Ultimate. I'm a big fan of hex copying and pasting between apps, especially when you're doing a lot of procedural stuff. You can't actually do that with this color picker, but I've come up with a little workaround using this thing here called Color Picks. Which is an absolutely brilliant little tool. You hit the little plus there and it'll always stay on top. And if you notice, the color changes on actually whatever you click on. Whatever at all you click on, wherever you are, you'll get that color. So it's great if you use it like this. If we wanted a wood texture, so I'm going to find a color on the wood I like, and then basically make sure that this is selected. Find the color you like, then hit any key, and it locks that color out. All right, so then we go back to Hitfilm 2. Now we've got this color here. What we do now is we use the color picker. In fact, we don't need to use the color picker. We can use this here and we can just drag and we've got the color we wanted. Now we can tab back to the wood again. Unlock it by pressing the key. Pick another color again, like so, and then lock it again by pressing the key. And then we'll tab back to Hitfilm 2 and we'll just pick that color again. And now we've got the wood colors we wanted directly off an image in Google. We haven't had to download the image and so on. It's actually really good. You get your RGB values as well if you prefer typing the values in. As you can see, the values are correct and they cross over. You also got this clever little magnifier here as well, so that when you're actually moving around the screen, you can see a magnified portion of what you're actually clicking on, which is quite good. You can bump up the zoom to whatever you like so. That's one of the applications I use. Like I say, this one is actually free. This is a great little free tool that helps a lot when you're picking colors in Hitfilm 2. I prefer to use this than to actually open up the color picker anymore. I prefer just opening this up and then just using this picker to come over and drag this. It's a great little way of working, and it's a free tool, Color Picks. You can download it. So I'm just going to get rid of that for now. The next thing I came across was this application here. This is $5, believe it or not. This is actually a really cool tool as well for $5. It's a particle paint application called PD Particles, based on the Project Dog Waffle engine. Project Dog Waffle's always been known as a great 2D application anyway, but this for $5, this is a really good, really good application. What you want to do is, when you've picked a particle brush, go over to style and change it so that it's got an alpha as well. So when you draw, you're actually drawing an alpha as you draw whatever. You're probably better artists than me out there, and you'll do a lot better things than I have. If I just tab back to Hitfilm 2 Ultimate quickly, this literally took me 5 minutes to make. I literally created a plate in PD Particles like so. I just painted this in at the bottom, and then I painted these trees in here, and then I created a sky plate to go underneath it like so, with just a blue to another lighter blue gradient, and then I added a cloud plate over the top, which is just your standard animated clouds, and as you can see, the clouds are moving nicely. It's an effective little tool. Like I say, for $5, it's a an ideal add-on for creating plates and special effects. You can pull a lot of things off with it very quickly. For $5, it's well worth the money, I think. The next thing we're going to look at is the 3D application that I use, which is Silo. It's running a little bit slow here because I've got Hitfilm open as well. This building I actually made in about an hour, and it's actually really, really detailed. As I say, it's running a bit slow because I've got all the other applications open as well. But yeah, again, this is really detailed. I've actually put a swing door down the bottom and so on. It's there. It's there or thereabouts. It was quite an expensive application. I suppose it was expensive to some people. I think it's $119 or $109 or something on the actual manufacturer's website, Never Center. But if you buy it from Steam, you can buy it from Steam for £30, which I think equates to about $50 or so. It's a great application, one of the most advanced, fast modelers ever built. A quick example here. This is actually the first model I ever actually built. Literally the first model I ever built, and I built it in less than an evening. It's not great. I know it's not great, but as a first model, everybody I showed it to was kind of shocked. Everybody in the industry was kind of shocked. I know quite a few people in the industry from other things that I've done. And the people I showed it to were shocked that this was my first model. They knew it was my first model because they knew I couldn't model. And I put this together in an evening. It's a great modeler. It's especially for the price it's at now. I mean, I bought into it at version 1. I paid a lot more money than you'd pay now on Steam, and this is a great application. You can probably find some videos on YouTube. You'll probably find some videos by Glenn Southern on modeling and so on. When I built this, which again, like I say, is my first model, when I built this, there were no tutorials around. I literally learned how to use the application in an evening. Like I say, it's not a great model, but for a first model, it's pretty good. I hope you enjoyed these hints and tips and ideas for applications to work with Hitfilm. And we'll see you on the next tutorial.